Hey everyone, Token Dave over here. The Toki Black guy is just trying to get by. And welcome to another episode of That Was Random. So, news is out today that Scarlett Johansson is finally going to be getting a leading role in her standalone movie for the character Black Widow. Okay, fine. Personally, I don't think it's needed. And the reason why, it's because primarily, we've seen her since Iron Man 2. She's a pivotal character, in all the other movies where and I'm talking about Avengers, Captain America movies, she plays a very important part. And not only an important part, but a leading part, as well. So, yeah. Okay, fine. Whatever. What I am excited about is the fact that one particular female character is finally getting her own movie. And that is Katherine Prude, a.k.a. Sprite, a.k.a. Shadowcat. Now, this is a character that really deserves mainstream attention. And to be very honest, I am, as excited I am very upset that this is being announced now. And I'll explain the reason why I'm upset that it's being announced now towards the end of this. But for those of you that don't know, basically, Kitty Pryde is actually known by the name Shadowcat. When she originally appeared in the X-Men, she was the first youngest person of all the X-Men. For anyone that has watched any of the X-Men cartoons, movies, and all, you always notice that you have that one young girl that's the rookie that basically, serves as the exposition piece, or serves as basically the person that grows up and then ends up being an important character, later down the road. We saw this try to play out in Jubilee in the X-Men animated series. We saw them trying to go this route with Rogue in the movie series. The reason why you have those two characters in that archetype, it is because of Shadowcat. When she came in as Sprite, and basically they changed her name to Shadowcat towards the end of in the mid 80s, and she's known pretty much as Shadowcat ever since then. Now, the thing with me, Shadowcat for me was my introduction into the X-Men. Primarily because basically, as a little kid reading the X-Men comic books, they were all adults. So it was cool to have a kid, someone that I could relate to in a group of older mentors. Because when you're a child, and I'm just speaking from my own experience, when you're a child and when you're very curious about things, a lot of times you don't go to your parents. You go to some of the older people that are close to you or that are always around, and they each have a special bond with you, and you learn something important from each of them, more than your parents ever taught you, and that's what Shadowcat was to me. And especially, chick had a freaking pet dragon. That's amazing. Come on. Who did not want to have a pet dragon as a kid and everything? And years later, actually, to be honest, from what I've heard, she's now one of the leaders of the X-Men, which is very fitting because, basically, she is the one person that has grown up as an X-Men. She's actually spent a lot more time with Wolverine in different combat situations, than any other person was basically. And not only that, Storm took her under her wing very early on in the franchise. So basically, this is a character that comic book fans are well aware of, but the mainstream audience really, really should know. So if I'm excited about this, why am I pissed? I'll explain this when I do an X-Men franchise review, because that's going to happen. But, and I will do a token list of my favorite storylines, but there was a particular X-Men movie that came out recently called Days of Futures Past. And pretty much, I'm of the minority that detest that movie. And one of my biggest problems is because they gave the important pivotal part to Wolverine. And that was bullshit, because that's Shadowcat's role. And, I'll go into deeper info when I do a review. But also, I have a personal thing with that particular movie. You see, Days of Futures Past is the first major comic book event that I read, and that was a bedtime story for a while. So the fact that they're doing a Kitty Pryde movie now, and they're not having her have that important role that she should have had in Days of Futures Past, is bullshit. Agree? Disagree? Drop me a comment below. Give me a like. Follow me on Facebook at Token Dave, or on Twitter at TokenDave80. Subscribe. Ring that bell so you know when a new video loads, and spread this video out, y'all. But until then, this has been Token Dave, the dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. I'll catch you guys later.